afternoon everyone. I am Renu Sharma, Assistant Professor EC Department. Today I am going to start with the next topic of the subject, that is wireless and mobile communication. The topic of today's lecture is Introduction to 4G, fourth generation network, and second topic that we are going to discuss is Next Generation Network, NGN. So introduction to 4G. 4G was introduced to provide a wide area network for internet access. So there are four generations which are practically used in market, and fifth is already proposed. It is about to come in market, that is practical application is left for this 5th generation. So what is this generation is all about? Like first generation, it is strictly used for transferring the voice signals. It is not used for transferring the data, then rarely used for transferring the data. Now when the number of users have been increased, then the generations is increasing. So that's why this 4th generation come into the market. It is used to provide wide area network, means it will cover wide area network. Large number of users can use this technology, and it is used to provide the internet access. So it provides high bandwidth and broadband services. According to WWRF, 4G is a combination of wired and wireless networks in computer. So in networking, there are two types of channel that is possible. Either it will be a wired channel or it will be a wireless channel. So in case both the channels are used in this 4G technology. Now 4G networks are projected to provide speeds of 100 Mbps while moving and 1 Gbps while stationary, which means that when we are talking about this 4th generation, it is used to provide the internet access to 2 or 3 to the different mobile phones which are connected in a network. So there are many options, that whether the transmitter and receiver are moving in nature, or maybe it may be possible that they are stationary. So in case of moving, the multipath propagation comes into the picture. So it will provide lesser bit rate, so it will allow 100 Mbps of data, and for stationary transmitter and receiver, it will allow 1 Gbps of data. Now evolution is, the first commercial deployment was done by this Telia, Sonera and Netcom for the purpose of providing this 4th generation networking. Now you can see in this picture that this 1G, 2G and 4G. So this is the evolution of the different generations. Now you can see the speed, the need for speed is in kbps. So you can see that initially in first generation 2.4 kbps of speed is provided. In case of the second generation, 64 kbps of speed is provided. Third generation will provide 2 Mbps of data, and this will going to provide this 100 Mbps of data. So this is all about the provision of providing speed. So you can see that in this first generation, basic voice services is provided. It is not going to provide the internet access. Then in second generation, it is designed for voice data transmission, and also it will going to improve the coverage and capacity. In case of third generation, it is used for first mobile broadband, which means that for the mobile phones we can use the broadband, and also it will allow that the transmitter and receiver are moving in nature. Mobile here does not mean that it is your cellular phone, it is your just the device which is moving in nature. And in case of this 4th generation, it will provide the true mobile broadband services. So this is about the evolution. Now the modern devices on offer were manufactured by Samsung, dongle GT-B3710. The network infrastructure were created by Huawei in Oslo and Ericsson in Stockholm. So this is the generation of evolution of 4th generation. Now the objective of this 4th generation is to provide the quality of service, which means that since the number of users is increased, and there may be possibility that the users are moving in nature. So to maintain that, to provide that particular quality of service, this 4th generation network comes into the picture, and it will going to provide the internet access around the world without any problem. So present requirements in demand is there. So you can see in this diagram that there is a WiMAX IP network is there, which will going to connect this indoor camera, outdoor camera, then PTZ outdoor camera will be there, and another camera is also connected to this WiMAX IP network. Now to this internet there will be a monitor, control and storage device is there. Now you can see that this will provide the connectivity in the wireless access mode. Now this is showing the features of fourth generation, like it will provide support mobile system, it can be used to provide the services to the mobile phone, it is cost effective, its infrastructure is there, and there are several features that is associated with the fourth generation. That's why we are using fourth generation, because it provides better internet connectivity, whether the transmitter receiver moving in nature, whether they are stationary or whatsoever. So it is used for providing the better quality of services. Now this is the architecture of fourth generation. This is very important topic. Now you can see how different devices or how the call is being connected in case of this fourth generation network. Now you can see in this there is a wide code division multiple access technique is there. Now what is code division multiple access? In this PN sequences are used. Let's say there are 3 bits of data, 2 bits of data I am taking. This will be XORed, or you can say modulo 2 added with a PN sequence of 10 to 15 bits. Now that data will be encrypted. So the output will be a CDMA data, that is code division multiple access. But when the distance between the transmitter and receiver is quite high, that is wide cells, WCDMA is used. Now what is this RNC? RNC is nothing, it is the remote network controller, which will act as a router between different devices. So it will going to connect this transmitter with this SSGN, and then there are different routers are also there, like this one is router, this one is router, and this is connected to different devices. This is the telecommunication world and internet world, which means that it will going to provide the connectivity for voice signals and also for the internet also. So this is also providing, this is mobile ad hoc network is there, this is CDMA 2000, this is wireless LAN. So these are the services which is a part of fourth generation architecture. Now fourth generation network in India on 10th April 2012, India's telecom company, that is Bharti Airtel, has launched India's first 4G network in Kolkata using TD-LTE technology. What is TD? TD means time division long term evolution. Now LTE is nothing, it is fourth generation technology. It's that is long term evolution, means it will provide the better connectivity to the different users connected in the network. So it is first by Bharti Airtel, it is launched in Kolkata. Now Aircel 8 circles covered by Airtel will going to cover these areas like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Kolkata, Karnataka, Chandigarh. So this is the area. Now you can see that Qualcomm has been going to connect on the basis of fourth generation these areas. Tikona, that is a kind of broadband service that is provided. Now you can see that this is the distribution of various organizations that are going to provide the fourth generation networking, fourth generation services in various parts across the India. Now this is the comparison table which is showing the comparison of third generation and fourth generation network. In case of this 3G, this is providing the frequency band of 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz. Fourth generation will going to provide an upper band. This 2.5 is also known as edge technology. Now 2 to 8 gigahertz lies in this fourth generation. This will going to provide the forward error correction, which means that at the receiver side, whenever the data is received, there is an option for data correction will be there, error correction. So that will be accomplished by this turbo codes, and in this case concatenated codes are used in 4th generation. Data throughput will be up to 3.1 Mbps for 3rd generation, and practically speaking 3 to 5 Mbps, but potential estimated at the range of 100 to 300 Mbps is there. Now data transfer rate for this 3G is 2 Mbps and more, and for this one this is 20 Mbps and more. So this is the comparison of 3rd generation and 4th generation. Now you can see in this particular table that different codes are used in forward error correction, which means that it is not restricted to turbo codes. Different codes can be used depending on the application, depending on the area it will going to cover, and depending on the number of users that are connected in the particular network. So that is the 4th generation network. This is also continued. Now peak download rate for 3rd generation is 1 Gbps. In this case 4th generation, the peak download rate is 100 Gbps. In this case uploading rate is 50 Mbps and here 500 Mbps. Now you can see that this is 10 times greater than the 3rd generation network, and even in case of downloading it is 100 times greater than the 3rd generation network. Now switching is here, it is used either circuit switched or packet switched. Now what is circuit switched and packet switched? Whenever a network is connected, different nodes are connected permanently, which means that there is a permanent connection is set up between different nodes, and or it can be in the form of packet form also. Packet form means that whenever the connection has been set up, it is not fixed. Every time when you want to transmit the data, it will going to see first that whether the channel is free or not. If it is not free, then it will wait for some time. Then after that, when the channel is free, then it will going to transmit the data in the form of packets. Access technology which is used in 3rd generation is WCDMA or CDMA 2000, and in this case here it is MCCDMA or OFDM technique. Now component device design is optimized antenna, multi-band adapters is there, and here there is smart antennas or wideband radios are there. Services that is provided as CDMA 2000 or UMTS, and here WiMAX, LTE and Wi-Fi is used in 4th generation network. Now what are the different applications of this 4th generation? 4th generation and public safety is there. Sensors in public vehicle is one of the application of this 4th generation. Cameras in traffic light, first responder route selection is there, traffic control during disaster, commerce, then entertainment services is there, communication services, organizational services. So these are the different services that is provided by this particular 4th generation network. Now the second part of today's lecture is next generation network, that is NGN. Now today telephony, the internet and the cellular mobile network continue to be different domain. Each has its own protocol and services. So which means that for telephony, which means that is used to transfer the voice signals, internet is used to transfer the data rates, and that deal with the data rates. Cellular mobile phones, which means that the transmitter and receiver are moving in nature. Now NGN will be the foundation for the creation of a new range of multimedia applications that takes full advantage of the characteristics of broadband network and the always on capability. So this is about the introduction of NGN network. Now existing network infrastructure and convergence toward the next generation network. So today's network is divided into two types of things, that is PSTN, that is public switched telephone network, that is nothing, it is the landline phones which is connected. The packet switched networks is also there, that will be used to transfer the data in terms of packets, and mobile network is there. So convergence is the process of interconnection of traditional switched circuit networks, PSTN and mobile networks, and packet switched networks based on internet protocol for the purpose of routing. So that is the main aim of existing network that has been related to this next generation network. Now, NGN definition is, the term NGN is wide-ranging and is interpreted variously by the broad variety of players involved in the communication business, which means that in this next generation network that is related to 4G only, and it is going to provide that larger number of users will be connected in a particular network, and this will provide the internet service across the globe. Now, NGN architecture that we are going to discuss now. The basic architecture was defined comprising of network elements needed for the provision of traditional telephony services. Each element has distinct role within the network and is designed to integrate horizontally with other elements in the same layer, as well as vertically with the function-based elements of the other layers. Now, NGN architecture is based on 4 layers, that is access layer, core layer, control layer and service layer. So, these are the 4 different layers that constitute the NGN architecture. Different layers is described in this particular slide. Like access layer elements include different media gateways that support connection to and from the access network with the core network. Now, various gateways are like various connecting devices which are used in a network, like there is a switch will be there, router is there, or a bridge is there, gateway. So, these are all the part of connecting devices. Now, core layer is the network handling converged services based on internet protocol. Control layer is the call server that provides call control function and also provides the control of the media gateway. Now, the service layer in an IT platform that plays the role of INSCE, that is Intelligent Network Service Creation Environment, extending their functionality in order to cover the new network scenario. So, this is all about the different 4 layers that is part of NGN networks. Now, the various components of NGN are, first one is the media gateway. Media gateway is nothing, it is an intermediate node that will going to convert different devices in a particular network. Then there is a call server. Then application server is there, that is also part of NGN. Then packet network, access networks is there, and next one is the application creation environment. So, this is all about the NGN component. Now, why should traditional telecommunication services care about NGN services? So, which means that why traditional telecom service carriers like 4G and other will care about NGN services, because if the public network carrier want to prosper in the new millennium, they must find ways to add value to their transport services. Now, NGN will allow carriers network to cost effectively support new suite of sophisticated services. It will also help cost by eliminating the inefficiencies of current service specific, proprietary and reusable solutions. So, this is the reason that why traditional telecommunication carrier care about the NGN services. Another point is that it will going to reduce the time to market and life cycle cost of offering new services is also less. NGN will enable carriers to deploy advanced services, allowing them to remain competitive as well as expand their capabilities to enter the new market. So, this is all about that why these services will care about the NGN services. Now, in this lecture, we have discussed about the 4th generation and next generation network. Thank you.